March is over, so you know what time it is. It's time for my monthly reading wrap up. And as y'all can see from this big ass stack of books, I had a fantastic reading month. I read 16 books this month. So I'm not going to go through each one. I'm just going to give you a little bit of my thoughts and my rating. Let's get into it. So after taking a break, I wanted to get back into the ACOTAR series. So I read A Court of Frost and Starlight, and this was perfect for that. It was a great reintroduction to the series again. I really enjoyed it. Gave it 4 stars. Then I read Six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent, and man, this just solidified that I really enjoy Carissa's writing because I was right back in the world of Nyaxia. The story was interesting. I gave this one a 5 stars. Moving on, I read The Book of Azriel by Amber Nicole. Found a new favorite author, y'all, because this book, when I say enemies to lovers, I will never look at it the same because this just gave me what I was expecting from enemies to lovers, where I feel like a lot of books I have read have been a little lacking in that department. Absolutely ate it up. 5 stars. Circling back to the ACOTAR series, I read A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This one I really enjoyed. I needed a deep dive into what Nessa was going through, and we got that. I did give this one a 4 stars. Definitely spicier, like everybody said, but Cassian, I love him. Then I read A Dark Romance, so I read Shallow River by H.D. Carlton. Initially, I gave this book a 2.75, but as I've thought on this, I feel like I need to change it. I'm going to up it to a 3.5 because I really enjoyed the story. It was very traumatizing to read. Then we have my virtual book club's pick for March, which was The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I loved it. I loved it so much. It was my first mystery or thriller, and I feel like it was a perfect way to introduce me to the genre. I did give this one a 5 stars. One of my audiobooks for this month was Grace and Glory by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book 3 and the conclusion to her Harbinger trilogy. I have slowly been working my way through JLA's catalog, and I'm really enjoying it, so I did give this one a 4.25. For the month of March, I had my own little theme, which was read more indie books. And it really was because I wanted to read this one, and that is A Kiss of Iron by Claire Sager. It lived up to what I expected. There's a shadow daddy, there's court politics, there's spying, the spice. I loved it. I gave this one a 4.5 star. My FOMO was getting to me that I've never read any of the Renaverse, so I did. I started with God of Malice by Rena Kent from the Legacy of God series. Killian is a psychopath. I had so much fun with this book. I've been tandem reading books, and the audiobook with it, I was in another world. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed this one. I gave it a 5 star. Next, we have Toledo Crystal Bloom by Sarah A. Parker. Y'all, I go into my books completely blind. I did not know this was a Rapunzel reimagining, but now it makes sense because I was confused like 70% of this book. But even though I was confused, I was fully invested in the story. I had such a fun time. I gave it a 4 star. After basically finishing my entire TBR, I knew I had to circle back around. I read The Throne of Broken Gods by Amber Nicole. 6-star book. 6-star book. I had so much fun. I cannot talk about this book enough because wow. That's literally all I have to say. Book 3 comes out, I believe, in May. 100% I'm on it. I'm on it. I need it. Like, I feel like a fiend. This book was so much fun. I enjoyed it. Again, 6 stars. Speaking of circling back, I had to read the next book in this series as well, and that's The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. Y'all, Miss Frida is eating. Both books that I've read from her so far have been 5 stars. I'm enjoying it so far. Millie don't play no games, and I absolutely love that. Can't wait for the next book. Next, I read House of Bane and Blood by Alexis L. Menard, and it is what everybody says, Peaky Blinders with magic. You got like warring families. Oh, it was so good. I really enjoyed it. There's some disability representation with Nikolai. He does have a prosthetic hand. Absolutely loved it. I can't wait to find out what happens in the next book. I did give it a 4.25. Then I continue with the Legacy of God series. So I read God of Pain by Rena Kent. This one, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I like Creighton and Annika as a couple. However, I did not like it as much as God of Malice. No, hate to this book, but I feel like the other one just got my attention more. So I did give this one a 4 star. Since I bought books 2 and 3 together, I could jump right into God of Wrath by Rena Kent. Y'all, Jeremy Volkov, oh my goodness. I was blushing so many times. If y'all could have seen, kicking my feet. It was insane the amount of emotions I was feeling reading this book. I absolutely loved it. This one was another 5 stars. The heathens are up. The heathens are up, okay? 2-1. So we're gonna see. And to wrap up March, I did an ARC read of The Rose in the Shadows by Arcadia Rain. This book comes out on April 11th, so I'll do a full review closer to that time. But all I can say is I had a good time. I gave this book a 4.75. Y'all, if you were interested definitely pick it up.